Welcome back to Entertainment, guys, where we break down the game a video at a time. Now, what I have for you guys today is the World Cup qualifiers. Jamaica kicks off their World Cup qualifiers tomorrow. And trust me, these games are more than just 3 points. Today, I want to break down the importance of this game. And of course, I want to tackle this big debate in the Jamaica Football Federation on whether or not players with Jamaican heritage should represent the country or not. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the qualifiers. Jamaica is in a group with Bermuda, Trinidad and Tobago, Curacao. It's not a tough group I mean, it's a World Cup qualifier, so the group is tough regardless, but given the pedigree of the Jamaican team, I wouldn't consider it to be as tough as when they were placed in a group with the likes of Mexico and those teams that are really up there with Panama and those teams that are really up there in terms of quality with players. No disrespect to those teams that we're in the group with. Now, these games are very important because it's been so long since Jamaica qualified. Their only first ever qualifier for the World Cup was in '98, and that was decades ago. So these qualifiers match are very important. We need to put out a competitive team that will send a message to the rest of team in this group that we are here for business and we want to get to this World Cup no matter the cost. Now, Bermuda might not be a big name. They might not be a team that has players that are playing in Europe, but nevertheless, they are not a pushover team. So we should take that into consideration that this team is not a pushover team. Now, imagine a team that has nothing to lose. Oh, they would consider to be the underdog. So when you have nothing to lose, you basically just go on the pitch and you play your best. You give it your all, and result might come your way in doing that. Jamaica has to be a force. We have to be a force. We have to be clinical and treat this game as if it's a must-win game. We should start our strongest team in every qualifier because all of these qualifiers qualifying games are very important. All of these matches are very important if we want to make it to the World Cup. We don't want to come second or third to go to a playoff. We want to win this group and start the preparation for the World Cup right away. Another thing that I want to talk about is players that have Jamaican heritage. So players like the likes of Damari Gray, Isaac Aiden, um, Michail Antonio, those type of players that has heritage in Jamaica, so they are eligible to play for the country. They weren't born in Jamaica, but through heritage, their family, maybe grandparents, father, they get the opportunity to be able to play for Jamaica through that heritage. I saw an article on Instagram where it says the coach of Jamaica, Stephen McLaren, he wanted Mesa Greenwood to come and represent Jamaica in the opening qualifier match against Bermuda tomorrow. However, he decides not to represent the country. He decides that he wants to put the Jamaica national team on a hold and focus on his playing career in Marseille in France. Now, my thing is, if if he doesn't want to put Jamaica first, not saying that he has to, but if he doesn't choose to come to Jamaica when Jamaica need him, then he shouldn't come any at all. A lot of these players that are overseas, that are born overseas and are able to represent the country through the roots that they might have, the connection roots that they have through their family, through their bloodline, their family bloodline. I don't think Jamaica should be pushing to get these players to play. Reason being, when you're playing for your national team, it's a bit personal. You don't want to fight someone to come and play for your national team just because they have a heritage. They should want to play for the team, for the national team by choice. It shouldn't be forced. Like, I think Jamaica is running behind some of these players, trying to get them to sign just because they are probably playing at a higher level than the Jamaican Premier League players are playing. But sometimes it doesn't come. It comes down to who wants it more. The fight that and the pride that you carry for your team might just able to get you over the line in some tough and difficult matches. And that is what I think the JFF should be focusing on. The players that are in Jamaica are Jamaican born, who are overseas playing and really want to do well and represent their country that they were born. It doesn't matter what the Prime Minister might say, that not because you're born in Jamaica doesn't mean you're Jamaican. I'm almost sure that the players that are born in Jamaica versus the players that have heritage or a bloodline in Jamaica, the ones that are born there has more fight. In most cases, they want to do well with the country. The ones that are not born in Jamaica will probably think, all right, this is a good opportunity for me to play in a World Cup. That's probably their mindset, just to play in a World Cup, because that's a big stage and everyone wants to showcase their talent in that big case. So I don't think that they necessarily have that fight to really grind out matches and put their heart and their head on the line to play for Jamaica and represent Jamaica well and try to send out a message to the rest of the world that Jamaica is here and we can compete. We are a force to be reckoned with. I don't think that some of the overseas based players have that fight in them, because they don't think they need to put their head on the line to really make the team do well or make the country do well. So I don't think they should force them to play. If they want to play, let them choose Jamaica. Do not run behind them to try to get them to play for Jamaica. Use the players that we have. And besides, if we need to, if some players are out, the likes of Leon Bailey and our skipper, the keeper, Andre Blake, those players are out. If we can't use the team that we have and really get out of this top this qualifying zone and make it to the World Cup, then perhaps we don't need to be at the World Cup any at all, because we are one of the highest ranking teams in the CONCACAF region. So we shouldn't. Yes, the ball is round and anything can happen on the day, but we have enough quality players to go there and do a job and get over the line winning games and top this zone as well and make it to the World Cup. We have enough quality players to do that. So we shouldn't be running behind one lousy player that doesn't want to play for the country, because it doesn't seem that he wants to play for the country. He probably just trying to make a headline just to try make a way back in the England team. Because if England had come knocking on his door, say, all right, come represent us for our qualifier, he would have gone. He would have chosen England. So this is what I'm saying, that if they don't choose Jamaica, then let them be. Let them be. Use what we have. We have enough quality players in the Jamaica Premier League, and players that are Jamaican born that make it to Europe and other areas in the world that are doing well. So use those players. Use those players, and let us try our best and get out of this zone, so we can, so the country can, and show what we're made of in the at the World Cup. A thing to consider is perhaps trying to form that balance between the local players and players from the wider diaspora. We can find a balance between that, mixing both two worlds together, so we can ultimately create the best team possible to represent Jamaica for this World Cup qualifiers campaign. So we should just try to get that balance of the players that are, for example, Leon Bailey. He's Jamaican born. However, he plays in Europe. And Michail Antonio, he's not Jamaican born, but he's a good addition to the team and wants to play for the team. So those are the players that we should be going for, not the ones that are going to say, no, I can't represent Jamaica. No, I'm focusing on myself, or whatever the case may be. Those are not the players that we should be going for. It's best we try to give the players that wants to play, the likes of Water Brown, those players, the opportunity to go out and express themselves and get the experience, so they can ultimately catch eyes on the world stage, so they might be able to get a contract to go overseas to play. And the likes of Richard King, he's in Scotland playing for that team in the Scottish Premier League, St. Martin, I think. And that's a good, he's getting good experience to bring back to the national team in an ultimate effort, so he can carry a few other players with him and show them that this is what is happening in the other side of the world in terms of football, and this is what we want to do, and we can and try to get that belief in the other players that are playing in the Jamaica Premier League. Good inspiration, good motivation, that they can look towards to get their breakthrough as well. So we need to find that balance. Now, looking at the bigger picture, it's about building a culture where players want to choose Jamaica. That's the bigger picture. That comes with respect from investing in grassroots football and from creating a winning environment. If we can do that, more players will naturally want to wear the Jamaican black, green, and gold. So we should look to creating a system, a good system from grassroots level, to instill the beliefs, the tradition, the culture, the playing style that we want to evoke on the team when we go out to play. So others might see this and say, okay, all right, I want to represent Jamaica. I want to wear this black, green, and gold, and I want to wear it proud, with pride. So what do you guys think? Should the JFF keep fighting players that fighting players with heritage to just come and try to force them to represent Jamaica, or should we ultimately let them choose that, hey, I want to represent the country. I want to wear this black, green, and gold and wear it with pride. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section as we look to take on Bermuda tomorrow. Hopefully we can get that win and send a clear message in our group. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on another one.